started anyway. Let's see if he gets the message. Good morning, CSL. My name's Jake. That's Joe back there. And already on stage is our wonderful, amazing guest artist. Please give it up for Marina Christopher.
I haven't seen y'all since last year.
Hey.
Oh, okay. This is one I've sang here before at CSL. It is by Mama Muse. It's called We Shall Be Known. And it's a little bit of a chant, so once you pick it up, you, of course, are welcome to sing along. Woo. We shall be known by the company we keep, by the ones who circle round to tend these fires. We shall be known by the ones who sow and reap seeds of change alive from deep within the earth. It is time now. It is time now that we thrive. It is time we lead ourselves into the well. It is time now, and what a time to be alive. In this great turning we shall learn to live in love. In this great turning we shall learn to live in love. We shall be known by the company we keep, by the ones who circle around to tend these fires. We shall be known by the ones who sow and reap seeds of change alive from deep within the earth. It is time now. It is time now that we thrive. It is time to lead ourselves into the well. It is time now, and what a time to be alive. In this great turning we shall learn to live in love. In this great turning we shall learn to live in love. We shall be known.
What an idea that we shall be known by the company we keep. So I look at these people and I say, what nice company. What a compliment that I am surrounded by people in the room and people watching that want a deeper experience of something universal and yet personal. And that we might be led by love to form a circle of love that is powerful. It's not sentimental. To think of love as a power. In fact, Teilhard de Chardin said it's the greatest power. It is love drawing us back to ourself, which is divine. And so let us form a mental circle. A mental circle around those who are troubled. You may have someone in your family that is troubled. Form a circle around them. You may have someone at work that is troubled, and form a circle around them as well. You may have someone in your life that's troubled about someone that's troubled. Form a circle around them as well. See yourself encompassing them with love, the most powerful change agent in the universe. And for me and my own home, I'm forming a circle around those people in Minnesota who are troubled. I'm forming a circle around those people everywhere that feel fear and agitation and discomfort, and that love might be felt, encouraging, soothing and powerful. What a beautiful song to lead us into this day. And from this consciousness of the recognition of love and the power of prayer and the power of collective circling, I bless this time together. And so it is.
We shall be known by the company we keep, by the ones who circle round to tend these fires. We shall be known by the ones who sow and reap the seeds of change alive from deep within the earth. It is time now. It is time now that we thrive. It is time we lead ourselves into the well. It is time now, and what a time to be alive. In this great turning we shall learn to lead in love. In this great turning we shall learn to lead in love. In this great turning we we shall learn to lead in love. In this great turning, we shall learn to lead in love.
Hello, I'm Veronica Schindler. I am a ministerial student, and this is my opportunity to get comfortable talking to crowds. Thank you for allowing me this opportunity. I am here today to welcome you to the Center for Spiritual Living, which is a spiritual, not religious community dedicated to inspiring all to connect to something greater than themselves. We have little or no dogma. We teach ancient wisdom ideas and invite people to try them out. I want to say welcome to my friends that are online. Hi, I was online for 2 years, and so I know how powerful it is to be able to see this service online, and I'm so grateful that you're there. And welcome to all of you, beautiful faces here in the sanctuary. The best thing about this community is that it is a community. And if you want to be connected to this community, you can fill out a connection card. It's online or it's in the seat back in front of you. But you can say hi to somebody you don't know. And that's a great way to get connected to the community. And that is what I've got to say. Thank you.
This song is by the Punch Brothers, and when I learned about the theme for today, this song comes from an album that's all about phones, and this song is particularly about getting off the phone. Okay. 1, 2, 3, 4. The sun, wrapped in invisible wire, something beautiful is gonna come. Out from underneath our thumbs, to let freedom vibrate, not ring. We can listen to everyone if we want to hear ourselves sing. My, oh my, what a wonderful day we're having. Oh why are we looking for a way outside it, outside it? Green grass below, I feel the warmth of the screen. It is beautiful, maybe not, maybe so. Whatever keeps us sane. My, oh my, what a wonderful day we're having. We're having. Why, oh why are we looking for a way outside it, outside it? How long can we keep the whole world spinning under our thumbs,
Lovely, lovely, lovely. And as Jake would say, thank you for bringing the big fiddle. It's so nice. Always so lovely to hear it again. So, my friends, we are talking about focus. The talk title is what you focus on, you will be realized, so be careful. That's basic science of mind. That's basically what we teach. Ernest Holmes in the Science of Mind textbook said, perhaps the simplest way to state the proposition is to say that we are surrounded by mind or intelligence. We live in intelligence. Just doesn't live in us. Actually, I put something on Facebook because scientists are now saying that consciousness is universal and we just use it. Scientists! Of course they're catching up. They pay attention. You think you got your own mind? Ha ha. I mean, you have your own use of mind, but there's a mind that we can all be influenced by, is so what he goes on to say. This universal intelligence knows everything, and that the potential knowledge of all things exists. That's where good ideas come from. How many of you have ever had a good idea out of nowhere? It went plunk. By the way, if you don't run with that idea, someone else will. I have a friend, he might be watching now, and he was in Hollywood and he had some ideas and he pitched these ideas. And nobody bit. But then about a year later, he sees a show that was his idea. Why? Because somebody else got the idea. The idea was a thing whose time had come, and if it wasn't going to go through him, it was going to go through someone. Does that make sense? Good inventions were probably thought by a lot of people, but somebody took it and ran with it and also had the connections to make it happen. So pay attention to those things that sort of drop in. They might be what the world needs right now. Oh, what did Ernest Holmes? He also said, he said a lot of things. This comes out of the Science of Mind textbook. Have you ever seen how big that thing is? Yeah, well, there were quite a few ideas. He says about the same thing over and over again so that you can't miss the idea that there is a universal presence that we exist in that is there for creation's benefit. So when I say it's your benefit, it's not like you're special, although you are. You know, it's like both and. Yes, you're special, but so is all creation. But the one that is open, and he says this, we must draw from, but what we draw from it, this universal intelligence, must be drawn through the channel of our own minds. Are we receptive? And do we see ourselves as someone that can use it? That's what I'll be getting at today. It's not just what you say and what you affirm, it's who do you identify yourself as. This is really a big deal. Because if praying were enough, peace would have come to be. So people pray for peace and they're all in conflict because there's no peace. Or it's just, they pray for a healing and all they can see is the turmoil. Does it make sense? We have to become a place where Spirit can work through. So last week I started the conversation about why, what, and how we live, what we're living for. Why we are affirming a thing, what we want to create that thing, and then how we're going to go about living. So I personally, I'm always looking at my why, my what, and my how. And I've been doing this for a lot of years. But the why is purpose. I've usually talk about purpose, and the more I think about it, the more I am on target with purpose is a really big deal. For instance, let's say you want a relationship. Why? People want relationships for different reasons. Some people want companionship. Some people want great sex. Neither one is better than the other. I like that. Only one person went, wah! Anyway. You know? So why or why not? Do you want a relationship? What's the why? For me, I realized a long time ago after going through 4 marriages that I wanted a relationship that was supportive. I wanted something that supported me through all the changes of my life, and I would support them through all the changes of their life. Because guess what? When you are married more than 1 decade, things change. Is the support constant? That's what I wanted. I was very sufficiently clear on the why. Why do you want children or not? Why do you want to work at a particular place or not? Why? You say you want to exercise, why? I want to exercise, and I control the exercise that I get, because what I want is really good balance and my ability to stay on a horse no matter what it does. I'm not looking for the buff body like I did in the 20s, but I do want such great balance that the horse can go like this and I go boop, boop, with it. Does this make sense? Yeah, so why is important? I talked about it last week. If you did not see the video or the recording, I encourage you to do that so you can kind of keep up with this whole series about the why, the what, and the how. Today is the what. See, after you know the why, then ask what will help you live that why in your life. And I'll give you a little example. One of the great purposes that I heard at the retreat I did the first year was a woman who knows that her purpose, she incarnated to support her children, and her children were born to do some work in the world that is extremely beneficial. She showed up. She knows that she showed up to help them do that work. She's not going to do that work. And oftentimes we do that. Sometimes we are so connected to other souls that we show up to support them to do what they need to do. That's universal. I had to have the revelation when I was in my mind. I know I'm going to use a word, but it just, maybe I'll just change the word a little bit. For a long time, I gritched about my mother, which was a gripe and another word. I gritched. Isn't that a great word? You guys, let's all start using it, and maybe it'll become like the word of the year in Webster or something. We could start a trend. Trending, gritch. Anyway, I gritched about my mother because my mother had stuff going on, and I am so filled with compassion if I put myself in her shoes. But I wondered why I didn't have the mama that other people had. And then I had a revelation, an experience that was deep, that I showed up for her. She needed a daughter like me so that she could evolve at her own rate. See, sometimes it's not all about you, honeys. Or maybe it is about you, but in a totally different way when you really do your inner work. So this woman is here to support her children in doing what they need to do. And if I told you, you'd say, wow, I can see that's a powerful thing that they're doing. So what she might choose to do, and she's probably watching, so listen to this, is perhaps what she might be planning as an intention for this year is to provide more child support for her children so that they can do what they're doing. Or she might arrange a family vacation so that the family could all rest out of this really intense work that the kids are doing. So there's two whats that might come out of that why. But the why also, or the whats also have to consider what kind of self-care does she need so that she can help the children have self-care. So it's not just what I do to support my purpose, but what do I do so I am supporting myself to live that purpose. Because there is, for a lot of spiritual people, there is a race consciousness, and a short term for race consciousness. What a bunch of people believe. And since we're all in this one mind, what a bunch of people believe can affect how we believe. And there's a race conscious thought out there that spiritual people do it and get their reward later. There is no later. Now is the kingdom of heaven. Now is the appointed time. You don't get, it's not like having one of those little punch cards. Yeah, you did good. Yeah, you did good. Yeah, you did good. Yeah, you did good. Yeah, you did. Oh, you have a free mansion in heaven. No, there is nothing like that. Since heaven is here and now, what you can have is an experience of peace and contentment and purpose and serenity and strength and power now. So what do you need to claim for yourself so you can have that now, not later? I work for God, and I'm always telling God what I would like to have now. I'm going to do this work. This is what I'd like. And I notice that it's still showing up. Enough said. So what she might do is know for herself that she is supported by the universe to have energy and patience. And also that the universe arranges an easy way for her to go to the gym, have time for that, and perhaps draw to her a circle of people that support her while she's supporting others. That's called a sangha, by the way. So that's what we can do. But I want to take it one step further, because the longer I do this, and I've been teaching intentions for as long as I've been at this center, which is 37 years, I want to take it one step further because I grow and therefore I discover new things. And I always had the what as what I would do, what I would have, what I would accomplish. But now I know that the what is also could be shifted to who must I be? So I've added a who. It's not just why, what, and how. It's why, what, and who. And then not tomorrow, but it seems like some people believe I only work on Sundays. Actually, they do. If I had those emails. What do you do besides Sunday? Anyway. Nothing. I get my mani-pedis, and then I get my massage, and then I read a few books, and then I show up on Sunday. Anyway. The who and then how we will talk about next Sunday, because how is really important. All of them are important. Why, what, who, what, all of it's important. Because, for instance, I know that there are people who have an intention of a what, and they know how to use mind, and they think it, and it doesn't show up. And the reason that it doesn't show up is because they don't see themselves as the who that would have it. I mean, really, there is so much information on manifestation. There should be no poverty in the United States. There's so much information on manifestation. There should be no poverty. There should be no divorce, and there should be no discomfort, and there should be no hate, because everybody would have the life that they were wanting to live. There'd be no gritchiness. Gritchiness would come to an end. It would be like they went to Whoville. Oh, that's so get it. When we all know who we are, there'd be no gritchiness. Oh my God. Who knew that Dr. Seuss was so smart so long ago? Anyway. For me, what I realize is that I have that I want a heavenly experience. But I'm not going to have the heavenly experience if I don't identify with someone that can have that. And that's what we're going to talk about. Which leads me into a whole new teaching of what as an intentions. And just a little bit about Judge Thomas Troward. I got the idea of intentions, and I've been teaching it, like I said, since I got here 37 years ago. Judge Thomas Troward said that intentions are set the creative mind in motion. They give direction to that mind. Remember, I said we're all in one mind. We give direction by our intention. And an intention's not a goal. A goal is something you could check off. An intention is something that is new, not based on the past, but an absolute new creation that happens through you because you have never had this experience before. So you intend it, And I love it. Judge Thomas George says, in that end is the means. And that it unfolds and leads you to it. You find yourself moving in that direction. And I've taught those kinds of intentions for a long time, and they're very powerful. But some people fall off the wagon, and I realize it's because they don't identify with that intention. They think it's possible, but they don't think they're possible in accomplishing it. But if then the universe is a conspiracy for our benefit, our purpose is for our benefit. And I also am thinking about this, and so here's my intention, and I don't know how it will happen, but I want to help more and more people find their divine purpose, because when you know why you incarnated, everything else becomes clear. You'll see that what you used to do brought you to this point. You'll see that what you're interested in is because it supports your big why. And when you link to the why, things start to fall together. But a lot of us don't know why we incarnated, so we're going off and I want to try this, and I want to try that, and I want to try this, and I want to try that, to have that experience of ka-tunk. I don't know how any other way to say it, but you just know why you wake up and what you are to do today. Whether it's to fulfill or move towards that purpose, that why, but that why animates you. I want to help people find that. And I don't know how to do that, because it's like a birth. And it takes some time. So the purpose is part of the universe's conspiracy for the development of our own soul. This is from Howard Thurman. He defines purpose, the purpose of life on earth, as soul making. Howard Thurman. How many of you have heard of Howard Thurman? Amazing man, totally spiritual. The first Black or African American gentleman to have an interracial church, because that was illegal until he affirmed that it wasn't. That was his grand purpose. The development, it's soul-making, the development of our sensitiveness, the depth of being, which would put us in the fullness possession of all our powers in the world, makes us whole. That's our purpose. So I'm just going to say the last sentence. We are here to become whole. That's the soul's purpose. That's soul-making. And so when we live our purpose, when we have intentions that support that purpose, and we overcome obstacles to become a greater expression of who we were born to be, that's the universe in a conspiracy for our benefit. So even situations that are daunting or aggravating are here for our benefit. And I hadn't thought about that until I read something out of this book, which I think we have some in the bookstore, I'm not sure. Soul Medicine for a Fractured World. And in this book, they see what we're going through individually and collectively, because we're going through stuff no matter where you stand on the political aisle, people are afraid. And whether they are aggressive or not aggressive, there's some fear going on. And sometimes there's fear for us or for those people we care about. I got a message from another minister who happens to be in Minnesota, and she said, my congregation is afraid. I got a message from a former member of our church who lives in Bellingham. And because ICE is in the streets, she's afraid for her daughter because her daughter is adopted and not white. So her daughter now has to carry around her birth certificate and her ID. I could say that's wrong, but maybe it's a wake-up call. Who are we called to be? Not to make it wrong, Because as long as we make something wrong, then wrong's going to continue. What we give our attention to continues. But what if we stop saying what's wrong and start saying, who am I called to be? Who am I called to be? And this is the process of initiation into greater consciousness. This is the hero's journey. And I'm so getting it because you know what? In my life, there is stuff going on. And I won't talk about it till I'm through it. But I got stuff. And when I realize that this just might be a wake-up Kathianne to even greater experience of your own divinity, to your own wholeness, then it's like, yes, sign me up. The call for initiation calls for us to start labeling ourselves in a new way. It's the hero's journey. It's the journey of 1,000 faces, if you want to read Joseph Campbell. And it always starts this way, a call to adventure. And guess who our great hero is going to be? Simba. No, Lion King is based on Hamlet, which was based on the story of Horus and Osiris, which is the hero's journey, and it shows up through all mythology. So instead of being psychological, let's be mythological. Thank you. See, it takes a village to help a minister. Call to adventure. Simba was born into kingship. You were born not only innocent, you were born as an expression of the magnificence of the universe. Every baby that's born, unless they get conditioned really fast, thinks they're pretty hot stuff. Only a baby could grab its poop and go, wah! No, I mean, really. Babies cry because they know they should be fed. They cry when they got a wet diaper because they know they should be comfortable. That's what a baby is. They're born. We were born originally beautiful, not just originally innocent. And then fall and exile happens in every hero. Most heroes were divine in some way. They may have forgotten it, but they were. Look at all the mythology, all the stories. So there's the fall and the exile. Trauma and guilt drove him away from his inheritance. He was told something and he believed it. You were told you're only human. You were told you're this. You were told you're that. You were told you were this, and you believed it. Didn't you? Maybe you didn't. I did. I mean, I'm so grateful I was born into a family that didn't worship of any way, shape, or form, because I was never told I was a sinner. But I was told I was a woman who shouldn't expect much. The refusal of the call, he hides in distraction and denial. We might just call that in our society, I don't want to think about what's going on. I don't want to think about this issue. I don't want to deal with it. And then he gets guidance from Mustafa's own spirit. The Spirit of God. And actually, I think our ancestors are with us and probably saying, wake up, wake up, wake up. And his own spirit guide. Then there's an awakening, and he remembers who he truly is, and he returns, and there's a return and confrontation. He faces the shadow, which is his uncle's scar. He faces what he had run from. And then there's restoration, order, and life are renewed. So, what life or societal challenges do you want to run from or get mad at? See, there's a difference. There's mad at, or there is, I'm going to grow from this. Do you see the difference? And for the things that are going on in me, I really have to ask deeply, what is mine to know? I want to know what God knows, not what I'm told to know. What's God want to inform me with? What is the gift in this? What spiritual aspects am I to discover within myself, not just for my healing, but for the wholeness of everyone? Because every person that I read says we are interdependent with everything else. If we want wholeness in the world, we must be more whole ourselves. And when we are whole ourselves, we will benefit the wholeness of others. It's not I'll do this and it is a cyclical thing. My well-being affects your well-being. Your well-being affects my well-being. It's the way that it works. Mythology helps us by allowing us to have a new myth. So here are the questions that I was encouraged to ask myself. When I am troubled, how many of you have a trouble? In River City. Anyway. I just couldn't help it. Oh. See, I live in Snohomish. We do have a river in our city. I'm sorry, So who has a trouble? Okay, think of that trouble. For those of you online, whether you have a river or not, think of something that troubles you. Could be in your family, it could be at work, it could be the economy, it could be world conditions. But now, so many of us want to blame something or shame ourselves for not being powerful enough or regret that it's happening. That is victimization of yourself and the power of God within you. God is not a victim. So ask yourself, what is seeking to be healed in me? What is this bother asking me to heal within myself, in this situation and in the world? What am I to contribute? For instance, one of the things that bothers me in the world is bullying. And how many kids are affected by bullying? Now, I could say it's none of my business. I don't have children and I don't have any children to influence right now, but it bothers me. So then I ask myself, is there a bully in me? And yes, I keep her in a cage, in a closet, padlocked, and the door's bolted. I don't let her out. But I know if she came out, she would be dangerous. So I'm willing to heal the bully in me so that she no longer exists. What bothers you and what is it calling you to learn and to heal? And the next question is, what do I want to be? Or I would say, I actually read that wrong because I'm so into what? Who do I want to be on the other side of this? And what choices and changes can I make now to become that person? Who I want to be is someone so kind and compassionate that the bully just doesn't exist. What I want to be is so patient because I'm really quick. Ding, 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 ding. I'm sorry, it's not my fault. I was born in Aries. But I want to have so much patience that people that function differently than me, I actually get to slow down and rest instead of, have you done it yet? Does that make sense? Well, I'm just sharing you my side, but I want you to think about who are you called to be what if the trouble is only calling you to be who you really signed up to be? So you're not making yourself something different. What you're doing is you're allowing your spiritual magnificence to shine forth in the way that you can shine forth. So as we enter into 2026, yay, 2026, my goodness. Oh, well, here it is. We get to see it as a blank slate, and we get to form our intentions about what we would like to happen, not only for ourselves, but for our world, and then include who we would be to help bring that about. See, I work with ministers, and I work with a lot of people, and this is sort of the purpose behind my year-long work with people with mastering money, because people can demonstrate some money, but if they don't see themselves as always having enough, they always don't, and then get some, and then don't, and then get some. And my job is to help people realize that as an expression of the divine, they always have enough by divine right. If people are flipping around with relationships and some people like them and some people don't, my job would help them to see that who they are is love, and love always attracts the people that will support you in that loving consciousness. That's the who is so important, not the what. Because what I realized, and I'm just sharing this for the first time, when you know who you are, what takes care of itself? When you know who you are. And then to read from this Soul Medicine for the Fractured World. The wholeness of the world requires that each of us be made whole. See, we feel one another, consciously or not. We breathe one another's air and sense one another's suffering. Our individual nervous systems are plugged into a collective nervous system. Our soul is part of a collective soul. Oversoul, Emerson, read it. Further reading for those of you that are religious geeks. Okay. There might be one of you in here. This connection is not only a prescription for pain, however, it is also the resource of our healing. Each individual awakening impacts us all. Every act of radical beauty, generosity, courage, and kinship amplifies those qualities in the collective heart and shifts the tide towards liberation. Woo! Your work is my work is your work. Our work is the work. So let us pray. I give thanks for everything that was revealed in this little bit of introspection. What bothers us and who are we called to be because of it? Oh my goodness. Let's start a new way of life. One that reimagines our own spiritual magnificence and our own capability of making the world a better place, one person at a time, and one movement and project at a time. For there's not anyone that doesn't want the world to be a better place. And they may have ideas and concepts about how that would be, but boy, let us know God's way, and God's concepts, and God's plan, and God's method. And may we, each and every one of us, if we choose, wake up to who we really are and live from that joyously. Joyously. That's the how. That's next week. And so it is.
Amazing, you will do amazing things. Amazing, amazing, you will do amazing things. You will do amazing things, which the choice each new day brings. And with every step you take, bless the progress that you make. The reason you live is there in every gift you give. Love your life, love your dreams. You will do amazing things. Amazing, amazing. You will do amazing things. Amazing, amazing. You will do amazing things. Oh, the places you will go, and the people you will know. Don't worry when, where, or how. You don't need to know that now. You're on the right track. No need to look ahead or back. Just enjoy what this day brings. You will do amazing things. Amazing, amazing. You will do amazing things. Amazing, amazing. You will do amazing things. You don't have to work it out. Just stay in the here and now. Let your mind rest for a little while. Sometimes the deepest answers come when you're out there having fun. So close your eyes and take a breath and smile. Amazing, amazing. You will do amazing things. Amazing, amazing. You will do amazing things.
You know, I think that's important. I'd love for you to just close your mind. Don't keep your mind open. Close your eyes, open your mind, and smile. And see yourself at the end of this year celebrating that you have done amazing things. Things that feed your soul, that you feel good about. And that by intending to do those things, you were supported in miraculous ways, beyond your comprehension. Because you're doing amazing things. And so it is. I love that song. Thank you, Marina. It's so lovely. Thank you. Okay, sweetnesses, we are going to be asking you for your support very soon, and I'm really grateful that you will be considering doing this. The ways that you can do it are on that screen behind me. And for those of you online, thank you. I hope that you wrote down some things and that you're considering who you're going to be this year, who you're going to allow to shine, because you're not making something different. You're just allowing another aspect of yourself to come forward. Just like, I just don't want to talk about it, but I'll talk about it later. Anyway, I love you. And in the meantime, I have some announcements. Who has the basket? Baskets, thank you. Sherry Dolly, thank you for always being so generous with your time. I appreciate it. So tomorrow, we have a class that's starting. It's affirmative prayer. It's being taught by Reverend Jerry Hudson. And for those of you that want the tool, because you know there's the what and the how and everything else, but what's the tool? The tool is scientific, what we call affirmative prayer or scientific prayer or treatment or whatever, you know, lots of names for it, but there is a system, because the first thing that you need to do is stop looking at the issue and lift up and identify your connection with the infinite. A lot of prayers don't happen that way. We go begging or beseeching or whatever, but this is a different process. And so to do that for 8 weeks starts to embed that in the way that you think. So I encourage you to look into that class. And it does start tomorrow, so it'd be best to sign up. And then also this week, never mind. The rest of these classes start, but sign up anyway. And the class that I'm teaching is What Would Jesus Do? Because frankly, I don't want to worship Jesus. I want to be the Christ like he was. You know, he said, greater things than these you shall do also. And I'm noticing that that's starting to show up. And I also noticed that he said that it wasn't not to worship him. He actually said just follow him. So I want to follow in his footsteps and become the kind of consciousness that he had by doing what he did. Because if you follow somebody, then you start to get into their consciousness, and that's what we will be doing leading up to Easter or Good Friday. So it starts on a certain day so that we can lead up to that time. And then also I will be teaching another class, which is Living as a Mystic. So those are my 2 classes that I'm having, that I'm inviting all of you to be a part of. And now, this is the weird thing. The Super Bowl is happening, and that is an opportunity for us to beat hunger. But it started, what was it, 12 years ago, 13 years ago? 14 years ago? Well, it started 14 years ago when the Seahawks were going to the Super Bowl against the Broncos. And there's a big CSL church in Denver. So we said, let's just not be about teams beating each other. We'll raise more money for hunger than you will. And their church was like 5 times bigger than ours. But we did it per capita. And so we gave that up. We're not doing it to win anymore, but we're doing it to win against hunger. So we're still doing this, and you'll see what they did to me as you leave. Take that stuff off of me. Then next week, and I'm very excited about this, we are having a screening of a film that is about Bill W., who started the 12-step program, and it's called Conscious Contact. What he wanted was conscious contact with the divine. This is the spiritual side of the 12-step program that is so amazing, and I really encourage you to stay late next week and watch it. And we are also inviting people in 12-step groups from all over the area to come and watch that as well. So let's just be together as a community and see what the download, the ideas that he had, that are so powerful that it's one of the biggest and most powerful spiritual organizations in the world. And his ideas have rippled out to affect so many people. That's knowing your why, and then allowing the whats and the whos to evolve out of that. Powerful demonstration in what we teach. So that's for next week, and right now I would love for you to consider what you would like to give today, how you would like to support this message and the way we do things. And the why for this, you're going to have your own personal why. The why I ask is because I have a vision of this center empowering so many people to love themselves more, and in return, loving others more, so that hate and fear is dissipated. The answer is always love. That's my why I ask you to support us. And then you get to have your own why about how you might do that. And then the what is, what should I give today? And for those of you that are here for the first time, we actually bring our gift up, but of course you don't have to. You could also use Venmo or text to give, or go to our website, or QR code. Yes, we are QR code friendly. So I love you, I bless you, and I encourage you to come again. And next week we'll talk about how to go through life. And so it is.
Yeah, talks are always interesting, and we really appreciate it. Also, special thanks for our musical guests, Marion and Christopher. And also Jake on the Ivy Keys, and one of his J's today. Just one J. And so also special thanks to our high-tech people that are allowing this broadcast to go around the world. And also for you wanting prayer support, we have Kay Weiss on the internet. So please click on the prayer support. And then for people here, we have a practitioner will be up here for a prayer circle here. I guess Donald's doing it, sorry. And so I invite us all to take a nice deep breath. And let us breathe in the love that was in this room. Let us breathe in all here. Let us know that love is the greatest power, that God is love and we are love. And as we go forth this day, let us know that God is focused and we are focused. And there is so much said today that let us focus on what brought to our attention. Let us go forth knowing, thinking about the why, the how, and the what. And what comes to our attention, let us bring that forth. And also remember that what we put our attention to continues. And what we focus on moves us to our actions and it moves our soul. And let us know that at the end of this week, the end of today, let us remember and know that you will be amazing, and so it is.
All right, everybody, it's time for the closing sing-along. Please rise as you're able. Please bust out your finest dance moves as you are able. And as always, please sing whether you are able to or not. Joe, would you fire up that disco beat back there? There we go. Marina, could you come with some disco bass in A minor, please? Yeah, there we go. We're going to do I Sing My Love. Let's do it. 2, 1, 2, 3, go. I sing my love. I sing my love. I sing my love into the world. I sing my love. I sing my love. I sing my love into the world. I sing my love. I sing my love. I sing my love into the world. I sing my love. I sing my love. I sing my love into the world. I dance my joy. I dance my joy. I dance my joy.